Here we go, guys. Here's another one. Another one. So this game came out a long while back, and heard some things about it, and of course, I thought I might want to play it. So let's try to jump in, and let's make it full screen. And apparently, it's not full screen. It's a full screen option. There we go. Let me see if it'll collect. Is it going to work right? Yes, it is. Awesome. Let's turn the music down some. Auto forward time. What's that mean? I don't know. All right. Is it going to capture my game? It's struggling. What the actual crap is it doing? One second, guys. Let me pop up window capture. Turn off display capture. Select the specific window. Done. All right. All right. So we have no cursor now, apparently. All right, one second. Apparently, I don't have a cursor when I do that. Lovely. Let's see if it'll pop back up now. And apparently it's not capturing the thing. Yeah, what is going on with these games people make nowadays? Let's close that. Let's try game capture. Capture any full screen application, maybe. No. Turn off, turn on. No. What is going on? Looking for a game. It's not even finding a game. Capture a specific window. Disturb. All right, and close. There we go. Let's see if I get my mouse pointer again. I got it back. Yeah, let's go. All right, so this is got a music from somebody that we probably shouldn't be listening to, but we're probably gonna have to cut it out. Disturbed. Build update 11/19/23. So this is from back in 2023, November 2023. Let's jump in. Another dull day passes as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Your crops are beginning to wilt, and your cow is sick. For some time, the land has been very quiet. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day, you feel more uncertain of things will ever return to how they were before. Perhaps it is up to you. You've made up your mind. You're going to do something about it. You stand in front of a humble home, pondering what you should do next. Let's not turn on auto. Let's go in the house. Entering the house, you feel a subtle uneasiness as if the growing blight outside has penetrated the walls of the safe haven. From what you see, however, everything is the same as you left it. Perhaps this may be a good time to just lay in bed and wish that your problem will just go away. You fight the notion, but the temptation is still there. I want to read my journal. Dear Journal, another usual day on the farm. The crops were growing in good health. Bethany is also doing quite well. Never disappointed with the milk she provides. If things continue to go well, I may be able to invest in more animals. A farmer can only be so social with a cow. Hmm. Dear Journal, today has been an unfortunate day. Somebody broke into my shed and stole some things. I usually don't mind if someone steals a bite to eat from the garden, but to take my equipment, well, I put a lock on the door and hid the key. Nobody will ever get into my stuff again. Hmm. I feel like this is going to be like one of those things that says, Day 3. I think they broke in. Dear Journal, I woke up one night to a foul smell I have never came across before. I took a step outside to see what I could find, but I found nothing after searching about the farm. Whatever it is, it must be bad. I should take a trip into the city to see what this is about. Let's open the chest. You open the chest and find nothing more than a pile of papers. It seems you have less valuables than you anticipated. Wait, you found your lucky charm. Is that a heart? It is rumored to protect those who wander around for too long. Okay. Huh. Let's lay in bed. You lay in your bed and fall asleep to the light sound of wind blowing outside against the grass. You begin to hear whispers and chants, but you can't make anything of it. An image appears before you, a stone glowing as if it were alive. The chants get louder as your vision grows in more detail. You reach toward the stone with your hand. As your finger makes contact, a clash of thunder rattles around you. Your clothing and skin start to flake away, like the dust in the wind. The particles flow into the stone, sapping life from your body. Ooh. You feel pain you have never experienced before, and fear begins to flow over you. You suddenly see yourself lying in bed, never to wake up again. Uh-oh. Was laying in bed the problem? Did I oversleep till I died? Your adventure ends here. What? Are you kidding me? Another dull day passes as you struggle to maintain your failing farms. Let's skip to this part. All right, so let's go to the crops. A path divides the crops you have labored so hard to prosper these past few months. A penetrating odor reminds you that your plants are decaying away and the time is running short. Let's go into the pen. A toxic fume burns your nose as you enter the pen. The poor cow lays lifeless on the ground as a glowing blight slowly begins to consume her body. You feel sick to your stomach as you stand here, especially as you stare at the black mushroom that dot the ground. There's black mushrooms dotting all over. Jeez. I'm gonna grab a mushroom. You kneel down and grab a mushroom. As you begin to rip it out of the ground, a cloud of spores spray from the mushroom. Your hands begin to burn and melt as you observe them. Slowly, your body shrivels up to a dark, moisty consistency as the poison spreads. Oh, I done fucked up. You die eventually after crawling about on the ground. Your adventure is here. Are you serious? I keep dying. Another. Let's go to the next thing. Let's go back to the crops and not touch the mushrooms. Let's go into the pen. All right. Inspect the water. You inspect the water looking for anything abnormal. Do you notice that the water has a dark consistency to it? Dropping a stone into it, black particles from the bottom swirl about like I'm going to get killed by dust particles, aren't I? Thunderstorm. Your face shrivels in disgust. We're going to leave the pen. Let's go follow a path. You continue down the trail for a while until you see a cave off in the distance. You pause, questioning if there could be something helpful in there. I'm going to save right here. All right. You continue. All right. So let's see. Let's go into the cave. There is a faint whistle from the wind passing between the rocks. The temperature significantly cools as you enter the cave. You notice that there is a different smell, but you welcome it, comparing it to the deathly blight found outside. Let's go further in the cave. Oh no. Are you kidding me? I'm about to die again? Before you take your next step, a large bear emerges from the darkness. Is he moving? He's moving. You realize that you have made a terrible mistake, even thinking that something helpful can be in here. Fighting the bear. I'm Grizzly Adams, that bear. You scan the ground and notice that there are numerous rocks you can grab to throw at the bear. You begin to do so as the bear approaches you. One after the other, you throw the rocks as hard as you can. The bear charges at you as you bend over to grab another rock, tackles you to the ground, and the bear bites into your neck. Your body quickly goes limp, and you die. I died again. All right, so if I do the not fight the bear, let's go into the cave again. Let's see. All right, let's see what it says if I. All right, run away. The moment you turn, the bear roars with a deep growl, shaking the loose stones around the cave. All you can think about is making it back home in one piece. Well, you make it to the trail, but the bear catches up with you, tackling you to the ground. You scream in pain as the bear rips you apart. Your adventure ends here. That's another way to go out again. All right, so I guess we can just go in, go out, pop in, go in the cave, exit the cave, continue down the path. You come to a stop as you stumble upon a broken wagon. Is that a body in the wagon? Let's inspect the wagon. You look about the mess and find bits of food and clothes scattered about the scene. Okay. You notice a key on the ground during your search. You pick up the key and continue on your way. Huh. Is that key supposed to be helpful? Am I going to get something from having that key? After what felt like an hour or two, you reach a bridge nearby. The path is a small shack, similar to the house you have on the farm. That man lives here. Is kind of a kind fellow, from what you recall. Maybe he is home. Let's inspect this shack. You walk toward the structure and knock on the door. Save right here. You scratch the back of your head, figuring that the person that lives here is currently occupied, if not elsewhere. You remember picking up a key from the wagon and you use it on the door. The door unlocks. You decide to help yourself in. Observing the empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. You're overcome with fear as you think of the man that used to dwell here. Let's inspect the book on the table. You pick up a book and start to flip through the pages. You discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Today's trading went smoothly, thank goodness. What am I thrilled most about, however, is that one of my buddies mentioned that to me at the conclusion of our day. Apparently, there is a pond nearby that has some of the biggest fish in the region. With a good catch, I can make enough to move things forward. I was caught off guard when he mentioned that nobody has been able to catch any from there. I guess your typical fish rod won't do the trick. But what can we be done about it then? Something has to be intrigued about, I suppose. These past few couple weeks have been really rough for me. My trading business has gone under, and I have lost nearly everything I own. This has pushed me to extremes, but that can't be helped now. I'm leaving this place forever, never to return. The land is dying, and there is nothing but darkness here. Anyone reading this should leave while they can. How do you know I was going to be reading it? You can't find a name to give this man, but regardless of the name, you get chills running down your spine. Open the trap door. You observe the trap door and notice something I'm going to save right here. No, not. I'm going to save right there. Notice a lock keeping it closed. With the key, you unlock the hatch and get it open. Without thinking, you travel downward. Walking down the steps leading below, the air attacks your body with pierces of cold. You notice immediately that there is a woman chained to the wall. She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. You feel darkness surround you as you stray into an awful place. Talk to the woman. You tremble as you try to form words in your mouth. You there, let me out of here. The pressure of such a demand makes you freeze. You take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. What got you locked up to begin with? The woman responds, You'll never believe me, even if I told you the truth. Something brought you here. Please have mercy on me. Let's free the woman. You approach the woman and unlock the shackles that bind her. As her arms become free, she moans in pain. Oh, thank you so much. The woman struggles to regain her strength, but starts to stand up on her own. As she gets up, she turns towards you. I will now do you a favor. Why does she look demonic? Oh, God! What seemed to be a face of a helpless woman disappears as a horrid image manifests itself before you. You feel the chilling grip of bone hands lock on your arms. Energy flees from your body and you fall to your knees. I'm dead. You feel the essence of your life slip away as everything goes black. It is unfortunate that your journey ends here. Let's go inside. Let's open the trap door. We see the woman. Talk to the woman. And then save. Something brought you here. You have mercy on me. Decline. I will not. No, don't go. With nothing else to interact with, you make your way up the stairs. As you exit, you can hear the woman laugh behind you. The voice causes the shack to shake. You leave the shack as fast as you could. That's terrifying. You leave the shack and cross the bridge before something bad happens. You cross the bridge safely and continue down the trail. After all that has happened, you feel that you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot on a tree and sit down. Getting comfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze to the sky. Take a nap. You close your eyes and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see a blurry image. Details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be. A bad feeling then overcomes you, and you realize who this is. You try to wake yourself up. You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself and your surroundings. All seems well. You can't feel fearful that something bad will happen to you if you stay here, moving forward to the only logical option. Wait a second here. Hang on. I should have fucking saved. You reach a point where the trail splits at two paths. Which way should you go? Over at the first one. Left or right, babe? Right. Right it is. Okay, let's go. You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking over the area. A gate secures passage to the area with a wall around the property. Also of interest, there is a tree that has a hole carved into it. Where? There? Is it a hole? Let's inspect the tree. You approach the tree and notice the hole is big enough to fit your hand in. You look and see something shiny in the hole as if it were metal. Filling around with your hand, you find three knobs. One on the right, one centered in the middle, and one on the left. First, press the knob on the left. Middle. Right. Knobs lock in place. You wait for a moment, but nothing happens. It must be some sort of combination. Wait for a moment. Nothing happens. Must be. Wait. Right. Left. Middle. Nothing happens. Middle. Left. Right. Okay, well, leave the tree. All right, let's see here. Go to the gate. You approach the gate cautiously. Let's enter. I do not like that. I do not like that. I'm saving. Standing before the tower, your heart begins to sink. There is no doubt the birthplace of a spreading plague. There's a fountain before you with statues on your right and left. Inspect the fountain. There's a dark haze about the fountain. The water is black and smells burnt with a breath. You feel a slight pull towards the fountain as if it were calling for something. You see an old statue of angel that has been consumed by vines or thorns. The angel's holding a book in one hand. The other one with one finger pointing up toward the sky. You feel it best to leave the statue alone. Before you stands an old angel statue that has broken many areas. With one hand, the angel is holding some sort of bowl, while the other whole hand is hovering over the bowl. You notice that there is only 2 remaining fingers on the angel's hand. You feel you should keep your distance and just observe the statue. Let's enter the tower. You approach the door. As you reach the doorknob, an invisible barrier stops you. It must be some sort of magic. I guess we're exiting the gated area. All right, so we're going to go back to the split. Let's go take a left then. After continuing down the path for some time, you continue to come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass towards the nearby hill. If you had not stopped, you probably would have not noticed it. Which way do you go? Oh, we're going to have to fucking save over here. Follow the trail in the grass. Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. Inspect the grave. You approach the grave, you look at the sword with intrigue. Before you can touch the sword, a ghastly figure appears before you. Oh, God. You freeze before the apparition. The sword, may I have it? The blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. If you desire the sword, free me from it. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool, only something of pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower found in darkness. I'm going to grab it. You reach for the sword. Before you can lay a finger on it, the spirit grabs your arm. A sharp pain flows over your body and your flesh melts off your bones. Oh, damn. What fragments remain fall to the ground. Your adventure ends here. Damn. I'm just going to get killed everywhere, aren't I? Wait. Let's go to the grass again. Inspect the grave. Apparition shows up. Back away from the sword. Figure face, foul of view. Continue on. You pause to see that there is a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. My God, you're going to make me save a lot, aren't you? Damn, there's a lot of save options here. Inspect the lake. You step near the lake and look down into it. Resting underwater is an orb of some sort sitting on the bottom of the lake. There is something strange about it, as if it were calling out to you. Diving in. You close your eyes and jump into the lake. You open your eyes to see a stone sitting before you. You start to make your way towards it. A large fish comes into view, quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. What the hell? Am I going to die again? Why me? You try to leave for the surface, but the fish catches up to you. You quickly find yourself helpless before the creature. You close your eyes, the giant fish rips your body apart with his teeth. You die a very painful death. Your adventure ends here. Damn it! God dang it. Inspect the lake. I see an orb. Leave. No, it's probably not the time. Okay. All right. So you pause and see a lake nearby. You're right. All right. So we'll continue along the trail. A faint trail comes to an end. This is a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. I'm going to have to save again, aren't I? Inspect the stone pillars. You stand before the large stones arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center of the stone is with what appears to be some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed there. Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. A horrifying figure glides through the air. It doesn't seem to notice you and it passes on by. It may be a matter of time before it notices you. Oh, explore the field. You find yourself gazing over a grass field with hills rolling off into the distance. The unicorn! As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It appears out of sight before you can do anything. Okay. Sure, the unique power of unicorn can help you with your quest, but there is clearly something wrong. If there was any way to charm it. Go back. Go back. Go back. Um, let's go right down the path. You walk for some time to find an endless field of grass. There's a stone well near the path. Inspect the well. You peer down the well. Other than evident water at the bottom, there's a coin resting against the wall of the well. If possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. 1 second. Motherfucker, I'm saving. I'm going to grab that coin. You lean over the edge of the well. There is no possible way you can obtain that coin by reaching for it. With this in mind, you turn and climb down along the inner wall of the well. Take a few successful steps down, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot and you fall. Tumbling about, your body clashes against the stone walls. With a single knock on the head, you lose all consciousness of your accident. With a splash, you fall into the water. Your body sinks effortlessly, and you drown without realizing it. Your adventure is there. Why? Motherfucker, are you serious? I'm leaving that coin. All right. Continue on. Walking over the hills of grass and grain, you reach the walls of Armor. Several times a year, you would come here to trade goods for the farm. You discover the plague that has spread to your farm has also spread all the way here. The path before you is overrun with blight. Continue across. You have come a long way and you don't desire to turn back now. You march forward into this tainted soil. Before you realize what happened, you sink completely under this ill soil. Darkness consumes you and your lungs stifle for air. Your body burns in pain as you suffocate and die. Your adventure. What? Why? Are you serious? You realize you must go back. There is no way to reach the city. Walk down the endless field. Go back to the grass trail. So that's okay. So that goes back to there. It's the grass trail. Hmm. right, left. No. Left, right, middle. I want to say that's what it is because the inspect the tree. Press the knobs. Left, right, middle. The knobs lock in place. Nothing happened. Damn it. Go back to the path split. Well, there has to be something I can do past here. Go to the gate. Enter. Middle, left, right. Maybe that's it. Middle, left, right. Press the knobs. Middle, left, right. What?
Charge complete.
Hmm. Hmm. 133. Okay. Your rumbling of the rocks and ground starts to shift underneath you. Everything goes dark and you sink below the surface. The hole above you seals up, trapping you underground. You find yourself with no evident way out but the path before you into the darkness. Your only choice is to move forward. Oh, look, a save point. Motherfucker. You see 3 separate paths within the walls of the cavern. Which path do you choose? Babe, 3 ways. Which way are we going?
Left.
We're going left. You cautiously make your way through the darkness. You come to a split in the path. Another save point. Which way do you go?
Left.
Left again. You move forward into the darkness. You see 3 separate paths within the walls of the cavern. Which path? Oh my god, are you serious?
Middle.
Hang on a second here. Middle. Or forward. Okay. You cautiously step forward into the darkness. You come into a divide. Which way do you go? Oh my god, hang on. There's another save point. Which way we go? Left or right?
Left.
Go left. You hear a subtle echo of shifting rocks before you. And oh! An eye appears before you as it gazes pierced the darkness! Before you can do anything, tentacles burst from the ground and grip your body. It pulls you about, but you resist as much as you can. Not sure what you can do. You continue to resist until you can think of something. That's terrifying. Your body begins to grow weak as your strength burns away. You suddenly feel yourself being pulled to the ground and you are dragged about like a rag doll. It's not long before your creature devours your body, leaving nothing behind. Your adventure is here. Okay, let's see here. Let's choose right there. Here's something shifting rocks before you, and he's back to same stuff. Okay. Is there another option? No. Um, um, all right, so we went which way again? Forward that time? All right, let's go right this time. Oh no, another fucking divide. We can overwrite that one. Left or right?
Left.
Go left again. You walk forward, darkness, ensure what lies beyond. Two paths, which way we choose? Left or right?
Right.
As you make your way forward, you discover a large cavern. An old looking ship rests against the edge of the lake, and debris scattered about the surrounding area. I guess we're going to save, because I have a feeling we're about to die. Inspect the ship. You cautiously walk around toward the ship. The air is chilling, and you fear it won't be a good idea to stay too long. The possibility of discovering something that can help you drives you to explore. Climb aboard the ship. As you take a moment to observe your surroundings, you're only welcomed by the trickle of water brushing against the wood of the ship. Why do I feel like a skeleton fucking pirate guys are going to come out of the fucking ship and kill me? You move about to see where you can go. Every footstep you take feels heavy as you hear the sound of wood cracking under your feet. You feel the ship has been here for quite some time. You explore under the deck of the ship. Nothing but sounds of your footsteps bounce about the structure of the ship. From one room to another, you come to discover a kitchen. Although there is nothing unique about it, you feel you should take a moment to inspect it. I am going to save because I have a feeling something's going to kill me out of the oven or something. Let's inspect the drawers first. As you pull one out after another, finding that they have been emptied. Dust spreads about the air as you disturb their rest. Checking underneath, you discover a rusty knife resting on the floor. You find that there are plenty of hardened rat droppings dotting the edge of the wall. You take the knife in hopes that you may defend yourself with it. Inspect the oven. You see a lone pot resting upon the dusty stovetop. You gaze downward and open the oven door. Nothing but ash fills the oven chamber. You close the oven door. Move on. You continue your lonely tour of the ship, only to find that there is nothing of use or value. You make your way back to the deck and decide to continue your search. Again, you find nothing but empty rooms left to remain in the dark solitude. You discover a door with fancy markings about the woodwork. Perhaps this is where the captain resides. You discover the room of the captain. Unlike the other parts of the ship, everything seems to have been left alone in this room. Before you rest, an old wooden desk with papers and assumed belongings of the captain. There is a small bed off near the corner of the room. There are some chairs in the other. You have a feeling deep down that you shouldn't take anything other than the lamp and other objects. There is a small stack of papers in contrast to a lone paper resting by itself. Approaching the desk, you begin to inspect the paper resting on the desk. I gotta save. Man, I'm gonna have a fuck ton of saves. Stack the papers. Peering down the pages of the collected pile of documents, you realize that most of these are personal notes of journal entries. You pick a few and begin to read. Day 7. The voyage has gone quite smooth as we begin our second week away from home. The spirits of the men are high as we anticipate the discovery of new lands that lie beyond our documented knowledge. It has been my dream to accomplish something world-changing. Together we move forward with full hearts and unbreakable spirits. Day 66. It has been just over 2 months out at sea, and we have yet to discover anything new. We have suffered through many storms, and sickness has plagued the ship recently. Several of my favored crew have passed on to the next life. I see the growing doubt in the eyes of my fellow laborers as our voyage continues day after day. Food rations have been cut in half in fear that we may have to turn back. I dare not let myself think of failure. Those men who have lost their lives, the sacrifices to make this voyage possible, I cannot let them be in vain. Day 91. It has come to roughly 3 months out here at the endless blue. With much pain, we have turned around. Yes, we're heading for home port. We have just enough food to make it back. I just hope we have a smooth journey back. The spirits of the crew are low and bitter due to our failure. I do not let myself get caught up of thinking of it. Truly, we did not intend for this to happen. Loan document. Notice to the crew. Due to our unexpected predicament, everyone is being split up into groups of 2 and 3. Scouting assignments will be given until we find more habitable place to settle. For now, we must do what we can. We're going to leave. Seeing that there is little left to see, you take your leave. The wood under your feet crackle as you exit the vessel. You make your way back to where the tunnel divides. Which way did we go before? We go left this time, I think. You move toward the darkness. And another... Are you serious? Another 3-way divide. Left, middle, or right?
Right.
All right, we're going to go right. Another fucking safe spot. All right, passage device before you. Where do you go?
Left.
We're going to left. You walk toward the darkness, not sure what lies beyond. To pass, which way do you choose?
Left.
You move forward into the darkness. Are you serious? Another divide. You see 3 separate paths within the walls of the cavern. Which path do you choose?
No.
Cautiously step forward into the darkness. You come and divide. Which way do you go?
Left.
Oh, that's that fucking rock thing. No. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Nope. Go back. Nope. Fuck, I did it again. Go back. Go left. Passage soon ends with an enlarged mushroom sitting in front of you. A steady river of water flows between you and the mushroom. I am going to save before I touch that mushroom. Actually, I'm going to save it. Yes, I'm going to save it over that one. Return. I'm going to inspect the mushroom. You walk toward the mushroom as if it were something more than what you meets the eye. Walk forward. You take a step in the water. To your dismay, your foot it hits no bottom, and you fall in. You reach to grab hold of the edge of the surface, but your body freezes stiff. You lose your sight completely, yet the chilling water sends your body into shock. Without any sense of touch and warmth, your lifeless body sinks to the darkness. What? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, I guess we're going to take a left now. I'm going to save right here. We're going to go right. How? How? Go back. Go left. I'm going to save it again right here. Save right there. We're going to go left again. A monstrous visage pierces through the fog again. Goosebumps spread across your body as you watch it fly by. Cosmic experiences the darkness splits again. Let's save right here. Which way do you go? Let's go left. You move forward into the darkness. 3-step pass. Which way do you go? Another divide. Which way do you go? Two pass. You may go. Which one do you choose?
Right?
Oh, no, I gotta get another save. And Jesus Christ, there's a lot in this. Go right. Back of the boat. How are we? Do you put us in circles somehow, babe?
Oh.
Left.
Not sure how I did that.
Forward. Oh, no. Fuck me. That's the rock dude again. Let's take a right this time and see what it does. You struggle forward as you the way before. You becomes completely dark. You notice that there's a light off in the distance, and you continue to make your way toward. Eventually, you make it into some sort of concrete room. Turning around, you see a hole in the wall where you came from. Your guess is that it wasn't part of the initial design. Let me save. Okay. You turn around to see a door. There being little to nothing in the room, you decide to move on through the door. You find yourself in what looks like a basement. You turn around to discover that each direction there is a door, boxes of supplies, and debris littered on the floor and corners of the room. You notice that there are several markings on the door and floor, some of which scare you, and you got a bad feeling about this place. I am about to save again. Holy shit. There's a lot of options. Let's inspect the supplies. You walk about the room, browsing through the dust-covered storage. Apparently, I got a Discord message. You find some rope in one of the boxes. It feels strong to the touch and has minimum wear. You decide to take the rope. Let's go to the right. You enter a small room. There's a large cauldron in the center of the room, with wood resting beneath. There's nothing on the shelves, as if someone cleaned this place out. You look into the pot, but find nothing in it. With nothing else to see, you exit the room. I'm saving right here again, because I got the rope, and I don't want to lose it. Alright, so we go into the middle. You enter a room full of metal cages. Before you in the hallway marked with questionable markings. You don't like the feeling you have about this place. Whatever it was in these cages surely did not like to be locked up. You notice that there is an animal in the cage on the left of the room, but from the dark stains on its fur, it is dead.
I poisoned myself. There's 4 endings in this game.
Uh-oh. You cautiously walk down the hallway, entering a room with 2 cell doors. Before you can do anything, a large hound leaps in front of you. That is not a hound. That's more of a cat. It's a cat, dog, hound thing. Dog, bird. Yeah. The beast doesn't look very vicious, but one wrong move can surely be the end of you. You pull out the knife and prepare for an attack. The dog reacts and starts to growl at you. The hound dashes at you, sinks its teeth into you. Even with the knife, you merely cut the beast before it knocks the knife out of your hand. You don't survive long and die a painful death. Motherfucker, I keep dying. Alright, we're not going the middle way. You enter into a small room with a large hole in the wall. There are other objects in the room, but none of them interest you. Continue on. You move forward into the darkness. Wait. We're back into the fucking thing? What? I guess we're going to left. We're going to left again. Another left turn. Another left turn. I wonder if it keeps going. If I can circle back around each time. Let's go forward. Motherfucker. Well, we're going to load back to... We're going to load back to this thing. Because I think there was a door behind me. You walk up the steps. You enter a large room. The air is polluted with dust and spider webs cover the walls and ceiling. Where should you go now? Oh, yeah, we're going to go save right now. That's what we're going to do. Go outside. Standing before the tower, your heart begins to sink. There is no doubt the birthplace of this. Are you serious? You burst. Motherfucker! Hell no! We're gonna load back our asses back in that fucking building. I'm not walking all the way around. The far door. The door struggles to move, but you enter into what appears to be a spider's den. Oh no. The air is thick and the room is a mess of web and body parts. You notice that there's a couple items in the room that could be useful. If nothing else, there is a key on the ground that you will no doubt need. Oh shit, before you can even act, a large spider falls from above. You have no doubt that it is hungry. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. You pull out the knife and stab the spider when you can. Unfortunately, the knife doesn't scare the spider and it bites you with ease. And of course, you begin to lose feeling all over your body and everything goes black. Your adventure ends there. Motherfucker, I got killed by a spider now? Okay. Let's go upstairs then. You discover what looks like a private library. There is a passageway before you with bookcases on the left and right. I'm going to save again. We're going to browse the books. You take a moment to look at the books. Some of them catch your eye. Ritual of the Ancients. You flip around until something grabs your attention. Pillars of Stone. Years before current times, there was unique religious practices that revolved the Stonehenge. It is said that these stones are lined up in a special way, often organized in a circular pattern. Organizing stones this way unlocks an ancient power researchers still have trouble understanding. In the middle of the circle would be a stone or two for the keystone to rest on. This is the great mystery of the ancient practice. From ancient records, it is written that the energies from the surrounding stones channeled their power into the keystone. You stop reading because the next page of the book has been torn out. All right, Deception by Music. There is a bent page marking a section of the book. You turn to it. The art of charming is not necessarily limited to the instrument, but how the musician goes about playing a given instrument. Some are definitely easier to use than others, and for skills such as this, there are a few instruments recommended. The harp is one of these recommended instruments. From vicious dogs to shy unicorns, the soothing voice of the harp can calm the troubled heart. Of course, not all creatures can fall for this simple trick, but it can mean the difference between life and death in some situations. I've forgotten power. Flipping through the pages, there is one in particular that has ink markings all over it. Raw energy is a powerful substance not to be trifled with. It is merely myth that such energies exist. One does not simply stumble upon a pillar of godly power, even if such a fate is yours. Bare hands cannot contain the force. It must be bent and channeled into a specifically crafted vessel to carry it. Yeah, like Star Wars guys. I don't know. There has been ancient. There have been accounts across time of individuals possessing such powers. Although they pass away as sand, their relics of power remain as powerful artifacts that nations around the world would fight for. All right, move forward. You enter. Was that a spider's butt? You enter a strange room with a large globe centered around the room. There are windows that let the light shine through. You notice that there is a chest resting against the wall to the right. I don't see a chest. How do I know there's a chest? You also notice there is another passageway like the previous room. Oh, great. Yep, there's a definite safe spot. Let's open the chest. Approaching the chest, you notice there's a lock fastened to it. With no key to unlock the chest, you decide to leave it alone. Inspect the globe. You study the globe attached to the floor surface. The craft is made of metal, and there is a fine detail in the grooves. There are various markings and names scattered across the globe. It takes you a moment, but you find a marking where you are. Armor. How did I get an armor? What? I'm in a tower of armor? You notice that there are some hand drawing markings within the area, made with black ink. There must be something close by that has interested the author of these markings. Armor. The whole area of armor, like the whole map. To add to the mystery, there are similar markings on the other areas around the globe. Okay, we're going to move forward. You climb to the stairs to find a wall ending your path. Above the end of the stairway is a hatch. Oh, buddy, I'm going to save because as soon as I open this motherfucker, I'm getting killed. You open the hatch and pull yourself up to your death. You have made it to the top of the tower before you use a stone of power resting upon an altar of rock. Dark vines have entangled the structure as if they were feeding off the energies of the stone. Your body begins to tremble as you stand before the stone. You definitely feel weaker being up here, as if the stone is sapping away your energy. Destroy the stone. This may be your only chance to approach the stone and grasp onto it. You lose sight and feeling immediately as your hands become glued to the stone. Your life drained from your body. Only bones remain to testify your death. Your adventures end here. Damn. How many deaths is that? Let's go back. Let's go back and downstairs. Hmm. Okay. I want to load something here. Is this the right one? Okay. We're gonna pick at the grass, please, and reach. The ground begins to shake before you can get a root up, sprout from the ground around your legs. You turn around and see a large, angry face looking back at you. Your jaw drops in horror. The sound of screams escape your tongue as the tightened grip of the root squeezed the air in and out of your body. And of course, I fucking died. Is there an end? Is there? Wait, can I go in? Is there a? Hmm. Interesting. Let's return. Let's start at the beginning. I'm gonna go in the shed. Let's go in the house. I don't remember if I can lay in bed for a while. Okay, so no. All right, guys. I got a lot of saves in. I think there's a lot I'm missing from that underground path. That is disturbed. And I hope I can get back to this game to continue. But it looks like I'm running out of time for this game. If you guys haven't liked, subscribed, and left a comment for, please do so. Let me know what I can improve on. Until next time, bye-bye.